All right, we are live on the Coach Eli television network. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight on this beautiful, amazing Saturday evening. It is Saturday, September 25th, 2021, the day that this live stream is happening. But if you're here watching the replay down the road, please stick around because there's lots of great replay value here, because tonight I'm going to be discussing a topic that I personally experienced many times earlier this year. I can't even talk. See, that I experienced many times earlier this year. There we go. Before I was able to, find a good woman. And I'm sure many of you guys out there have encountered this, and I even have a Reddit posting where this is being discussed. So I figured I'd share that with you folks here tonight, and also share some other things regarding modern world dating and, female nature, and male nature as well, too. But before we get to all simulcasting on Facebook, because if your stream goes down for too long on Facebook, Facebook will automatically cancel your live stream. On YouTube and D Live, there really is no limit. Actually, on YouTube, if you don't come back within 12 hours, they'll cancel it at that point. They'll stop it. But Facebook stops it within minutes. So let me just make sure that YouTube is rolling smoothly on the front end of things. Actually, on YouTube, if you don't come back within 12 hours. Okay, so YouTube is rolling well, and it looks like D Live is rolling well. I got to check one thing here real quick. You folks give me just 1 second. My apologies here. I have a bandwidth meter here that I need to set up here real quick so I can make sure everything is rolling smoothly during the show. Let's see. Just a second, folks. Well, that should have started it up. And it did. Okay. All right, it looks like we're back to normal. So here's what happened, folks, before we get back to the show. I was able to go on the Facebook, and the first part of the show did get recorded for the replay on YouTube. So I'm not going to repeat the beginning of the show. I pretty much caught when my system crashed. What happened was my Ethernet adapter crashed in the middle of the stream. And because I have a brand new laptop, and all these new laptops are USB-C now, and these new laptops, they don't come with an Ethernet adapter. You have to get a separate Ethernet adapter and connect it through USB-C. Well, I bought a very expensive one, like an $80 one, and for the first time, it just all of a sudden crashed in the middle of the stream. And so that's what happened. I had to restart my system and reconfigure some settings. And now we are back. So to the lady behind the scenes that was watching, let me know if you're still around. Send me a text message. And we're going to just keep moving forward. So welcome back to the show. Let's just get right to the topic tonight, because there's so much to go over, and I've already lost a half an hour. Alex, the Beer Master's in the house. How you doing, Alex? Welcome to the show, bro. You just missed my stream crashing in the middle of, or the beginning of the stream, right in the middle of the beginning of the stream. So we're back, bro, but nice to have you here. All right, the topic is women that claim to be reborn virgins and other interesting aspects of women. One more time, women that claim to be reborn virgins and other interesting aspects of women. I was inspired to do this topic tonight because I've personally experienced this past year alone, before I met this woman that I've been spending time with lately. I personally experienced talking to, I believe it was 5 women that claim to be reborn Christians or reborn virgins. And they didn't tell me that right away. They didn't post that in their profile. And after a couple of phone calls, that's when they decided to tell me. And at that point, I was like, I will not marry anyone that I'm not intimate with, because I want to know how they are intimately before I marry them. Okay, this is not like, the 1500s, or this is not like the 1800s, or even, the 1950s, around that time. This is 2021. And before I get to the first Reddit posting, I have 3 Reddit postings. One is directly related to the topic. The other is part of the second half of the topic, where I mentioned I'm going to be sharing some other interesting aspects of women. I have 3 great Reddit postings to go over tonight. Before I get to this Reddit posting, which is titled, "Is it wrong for a woman to want to wait before having sex, stay a virgin now?" Question mark. Is it wrong for a woman to want to wait before having sex / stay a virgin now? Question for men. So before I get to that, I'm going to go over to the browser source and make you folks aware of a brand new subreddit I created earlier today. If you saw my live stream from the park, I did a Walking with Purpose stream earlier today. If you saw that stream, I already mentioned it, but let me switch over to the browser screen right now and show you folks. This is the brand new subreddit I created. I'm going to turn off the chat for a second here so you can see. It says, "Genuine emotional support for men and women. Coach Eli, life coach." One more time. Genuine emotional support for men and women. Coach Eli, life coach. This is my brand new subreddit. And you can access it by either searching for that title or going to reddit.com/real emotional support. All one word. One more time, reddit.com/reddit.com/r/real emotional support. I'm going to go ahead and share it in the YouTube chat. I'm also going to share it over on the live. And after the show ends, I will be adding it to the description section of YouTube. And it will be in the description section of YouTube from this point on. Let me just make sure things are still rolling smoothly here. Yeah, we should be fine. I don't know why it crashed. Sometimes things just crash, even if you have the best equipment. Sometimes it's going to fail on you. We have 3 members already. I have to go in and take a look and see who they are. But wow, 2 of them online. Well, one of them is me. Maybe somebody else is in there trying to make a posting. But this is going to be a place where we can talk about anything and everything regarding life, anything business related or personal related, because both men and women need emotional support. I primarily created this group or this subreddit to support men emotionally, because men have very little, if any, emotional support at all nowadays. And women have a lot more emotional support. But because I cater my content to both men and women, and I love engaging with both men and women, I'm inviting both men and women to the group, and I want to help both men and women with any emotional support they need. Because one of the things that hinders people's progress at a personal and professional level is, their emotions. And having emotional support, because we all go through difficult things, and sometimes we don't have somebody to talk things over with that really truly cares and wants to help. And I'm one of those people that loves to hear people's emotional issues, because I like to help people work through those issues. I've had my own issues in the past, and I had to work through them, so I understand what you're going through, and I know what it takes to help you work through it so you can move forward and accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that your heart desires, whether it's at a business or personal level. So join the subreddit group, Genuine Emotional Support for Men and Women, Coach Eli Life Coach at reddit.com/r/real emotional support. All right, let's go ahead and come back to full screen here. And we're just gonna get right to it. Let's just get right to it. I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right now because of what happened earlier. You know, when you have a show all planned and you're prepared and ready to go, and you hit start streaming, and you're multicasting to several platforms, and then it crashes on you, it kind of throws you off. But don't worry, I'll get back into the groove as we head into this first part of the show. So let's just get to the first subreddit here, because this is very interesting. Let's switch back over to the browser source. And this is from the subreddit Purple Pill Debate. And once again, the question posed by the original poster is it wrong for a woman to want to wait before having sex / stay a virgin now? One more time. Is it wrong for a woman to want to wait before having sex / stay a virgin now? So I'm going to go ahead and read what the original poster wrote. And then I'm going to go probably through the first, 20 or so comments. After that, I'm going to take a quick break. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go over two other very interesting Reddit postings. Let me just show you right now so you folks know what to look forward to. After this, we're going to go to the subreddit dating. And there's a question posed. Women should ask men out. Okay. Well, they should. Why not, right? It's the modern world. Women are liberated, right? Why not, right? And then we're going to wrap up the show by going to the subreddit Ask Men. And the question was posed, I believe this was by a woman. Why do so many men dress so boring? One more time. Why do so many men dress so boring? Oh, man. That's a great question. And many men do dress boring. Many men dress horrible. But these same men expect the women to doll themselves up and look amazing, right? But they don't feel the need that they have to give the same in return. I'm going to share my thoughts about that when we get to that. So I kind of threw these two additional Reddit postings in there to just bring a little more value to the show. I just saw these pop up on my feed, and I thought they were very interesting in addition to the topic about reborn virgins. So, all right, let's go back to the Purple Pill Debate forum where we're talking about is it wrong for a woman to want to wait before having sex / stay a virgin now? Question for men. Call me old-fashioned-ish. We didn't wait before marriage, but I didn't immediately have sex with my husband when we met. Okay. I know that sounds weird in this day and age where sex is normalized, especially casual sex or hookup Tinder culture these days. Well, I'm not into the Tinder hookup culture, but I'm looking for, I already have one. I was looking for a relationship, and I found a good lady. The thing to me is sex is important. It's not everything, but it's important. It's a part of the connection. And I feel when you're first getting to know someone, you should find out every single aspect of them as soon as possible to see if you're fully compatible. Are you mentally compatible? Are you emotionally compatible? Are you spiritually compatible? And are you physically compatible? Why would you want to hold off and make your man wait to have sex with you to only find out 6 months or a year down the road after everything else is perfect, but the sex sucks, right? Would you still stay with a man that couldn't please you in the bedroom? And any of you ladies that say yes, I think you're full of it. Actually, I know you're full of it, right? That's my thoughts about it, right? But let's continue. However, on another post here, most of the comments were complaining about women who wanted to wait to have sex, saying that it's maliciously manipulative, wrong, a test, a sign she's stuck up, etc. Well, it's either that or she just has a lot of rules, and she has very strict religious beliefs. Now, I believe in God and I'm religious, but I don't live and die by the Bible. I do my best, but yeah, a lot of women, have very, very strict rules regarding this. And most of them actually do use it as a test. They dangle sex on a carrot, and they withhold it to see how much you'll do for her before she gives it up to you, right? Well, here's the thing. I've encountered women like that in the past, and I don't put up with it. It's absolute BS. I would, as a guy, you should never, ever, ever, ever allow a woman to control you by not giving you sex. That's just pathetic. It's stupid, right? Let her go. Let her try to play that game on some other guy, right? Previously, I'd always heard that this was preferred, that girls who waited were the ones who got married, but if you slept around, you're a CUM dumpster. I don't want to say that. Who will never get married. That's not true. But there is such a thing, in my opinion, as women sleeping with too many guys, period, right? And same thing for men. But women are more, criticized by it because the bottom line is this. Like, women that are very promiscuous before they get married are more prone to cheat on you than women that are less promiscuous, right? Because what happens with these women? What happened with these women as they were growing up before they got married? They would sleep with different guys. Why? Because the other guys couldn't please them sexually, or there was just something not right about that guy, so they went up to the next guy, right? Or they just enjoyed the variety, right? But so if you're a woman that enjoys the variety, right, and all of a sudden you want to get married, right, how can a guy trust you that you're not going to want to enjoy the variety again? Once you've experienced something, even if you say you'll never do it again, you're still capable of doing it, right? So that's the issue that guys have with that. It's not even the fact that women have slept with so many men. It's the fact that women that have slept with a lot of men are more prone to cheat on her husband if they get married. If she gets married to somebody, if one little thing goes wrong, rather than trying to figure it out and work it out. So is this a new standard, or has this always been the standard, or is the more or less related to the opposing communities and views here? Okay. Let me just check out. Okay, yeah, everything's working fine. I just want to make sure because of what happened earlier. All right, let's go to the comments here. This guy's username is White Knight. What a great name. Don't be a white knight. Gen X Slacker. No, what men don't like is when a woman makes one man wait when another man had casual sex quickly with her in the past. Amen, dude. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. That's it. When I encountered these reborn virgins through online dating, primarily on Match.com, they told me, yeah, I've had sex before. Obviously, I have kids, and I rushed into it in the past, and I've just decided that I really want to wait until marriage this time. And here's the thing. There's no such thing as being a reborn virgin. There's no such thing as once you lose your virginity, you will never be a virgin again. Okay? Just like this can here, right? Let's take this can, for example. Okay? Let's go back to full screen. Once I pop open this can, I can never close it again. The only way this can will ever close again if it's melted down and it's formed into a can again, refilled and sealed, right? So look at it this way, right? This can represents the virginity of a woman, right? Once you open it up, right? I'm not going to say what happens when a woman loses her virginity. I think you all know that, right? Something gets popped, right? I don't want to say it and be too, derogatory. I'm trying to keep it professional here. Once that, we'll just call it it's the hymen. Once the hymen is ripped, it never comes back. So you're never, ever, ever a virgin. So these women out there, let's go back to the browser source. These women out there that are claiming they're reborn virgins or reborn Christians, born-again Christians, however you want to say it, born-again virgins, are basically just using that as a way to control men. That is my opinion, and I stand tall on it. I stand tall on it. It's ridiculous to me. And guys, if you can encounter women like that, run for the hills. And try to find out as soon as possible. Because a lot of these women, they'll go on dating sites and they won't say that they want to wait until marriage. Because they know the moment they say that, you won't even talk with them through the site, right? They try to skate around it by saying, I'm a God-loving woman. If you ever have a woman mention God in her profile, okay, now I believe in God, but I don't mention God in my profile. But if you ever see a woman mention God in her profile, I'm a God-loving woman, I'm looking for a God-loving man, there's a 90% chance that she's a reborn virgin. And you're going to want to ask her, if you're communicating, when you say you're a God-loving woman, can you be more specific regarding what you mean by that? Because I've encountered some women in the past that have some strict religious beliefs, and I want to know if we're in alignment there. Well, be more specific. Well, let's get to the point. Are you waiting until marriage to be intimate with somebody? Are you a reborn Christian? I only ask that because I've talked with other women in the past, and they didn't tell me this right away. And after investing a week of getting to know them, they sprung it on me, and it was a waste of time. I don't mean to be rude. I just want to know, what are your thoughts about premarital sex? Nothing wrong with that, okay? Like after it happened a couple of times, I became an expert at spotting it because women will try to put it in their profile in different ways, saying, I'm looking for a God-loving man, I'm a God-loving woman, right? Let's continue here. Top comment right here. We don't want to be taken for a fool. Best example would be when a woman has another man's kid, then makes the BF or husband think it's his. This is a man's worst nightmare. Well, what does that have to do with the topic? I understand that. We all understand that one, dude, but that has nothing to do with the topic. The only thing worse than that is finding out it is not your kid years later and being court ordered to financially support that kid, even if you're not with the mother still. But what does this have to do with the topic here, guys? This is about women that want to wait until marriage. Or reborn Christians, reborn virgins. Canada to a T, even if the kid is proven, I'm not even going to read that. This has nothing to do with the topic. That's scary. Honestly, I have no idea why a successful man would ever get married. Even with a prenup, which are rarely enforced, there's no benefit at all. Well, I can agree to a certain extent nowadays that there really isn't a whole lot of benefit to marriage. I mean, you get tax breaks, right? You get a tax write-off, right? And if you have kids, even better. But if you're the sole provider and the breadwinner and you're making very good money, then, the tax write-offs don't offset your earnings, right? But if you find the right woman and she's loyal and trustworthy, like my father found my mother, then it's worth it. But nowadays it's really hard to trust women that they're with you for the right reasons. And same thing on the flip side. It's really hard for women to trust men. It works both ways. But more so men are dealing with the repercussions of this than women. Let me see. From the male perspective, this is very important. All right, let's get to the actual topic here because these guys went off on a tangent. Let's get to the root of it. The current BF, boyfriend, wants to feel the same sexual desire for him that you did for the dude 5 years ago you had sex with. I'm not going to read the word they used there. That's the root of it all. He doesn't want to feel like less of a man, and a big flag is when a girl is willing to do things for some other guy she won't do for you, because 9 times out of 10, that's because she sexually craved the other guy more. That could be true. That could be true. It really baffles me that women, not only on this sub, but almost everywhere, either don't understand this or aren't willing to. Would they be okay in a relationship with a guy who never wants to go down on them, but love to do it with past partners? Right, it works both ways. It works both ways. That's why, in my opinion, I believe, or I feel that this, born-again virgin, born-again Christian, reborn virgin, however you want to say it, I just think it's a game. It's a control mechanism for a woman to try to keep you around longer, and that way, to keep you around longer to have sex until marriage. But the truth of the matter is, most guys, at least most guys that understand this, would not even give that woman the time of day, and even probably most beta males wouldn't even deal with a reborn virgin. I'm sure there are some, but there's no man that should be put in that position, right? There's no man that should be put in that position where the woman would not be intimate with him in a relationship until marriage. It's ridiculous in my opinion. I think people also need to understand men can be insecure too. Of course, I know many insecure men on the internet and off the internet. I've encountered many of them, and it's pretty annoying because men should be secure. It's wild how men aren't allowed to have any insecurity. Well, it's not that we're not allowed to have any insecurities. If we're insecure, everybody has insecure moments, men and women. But women have more of them more often, right? For men, it's not masculine to be insecure all the time. It turns off women because women want to be able to trust your masculine core, that you're strong physically, mentally, and emotionally, and you can protect them and take care of them if there's any danger. And if you're always insecure, women are going to lose faith that you're strong enough to be able to protect them. It's going to turn them off. So going down this logic, let's just say legitimately the guy just isn't into it anymore. That even if he was dating that past GF again, he wouldn't do it. It's just not something he wants to do. But at the same time, this said girl has really large labia. I don't even know what that is. She's extremely self-conscious about. And then the new BF, who no longer wants to go down on her, but did with his last girlfriend, he can try to make the case that it has nothing to do with the large labia she's incredibly insecure with. Well, I don't even know what is a labia. What are these terms these people are using? What is that? They are the lips. The labia lips are folds of skin around your vaginal opening. Okay, I mean, I don't know why she'd be insecure about that. I mean, I've never been with a woman that's like that, but I've also heard women that have big lips in that area. That means there's been quite a few men in that area. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to be YouTube compliant here, okay? Oh, Jesus, man. Give me 1 second here. All right. Let's see. But it is going to be understandably hard. Deep down, she's still going to feel that ultimately. He's just saying that as an excuse, and really it's about her labia. Well, is that how her labia was when she was born, or is her labia that way because she's been with a lot of men? Honestly, if she's been with a lot of men and she finally found a good one, right? And she's insecure about this guy going down there and pleasing her. That's her fault for living her life the way she did in the past, right? That's why it's important, for you young ladies to think about the future before you take actions in your teens and 20s with all these guys you're with, because it's going to affect your future when you really want to settle down. Guys are going to be less likely to want to settle down with women that they know have played the field a lot, right? Not going to lie, seeing a mod on Reddit not posting from his mod account is like seeing a cop on the street wearing civil clothes, but being ready to use his power at any time necessary. What did that have to do with this? Mods do this all the time. Maybe it was somebody posting in a non-mod account that's a mod here. I don't know. Yep, and I never like it. I'm all for free speech here as long as it's civil and as long as it's not pro-black pill. It's a Purple Pill channel. I guess your nickname is more of a joke then. Kind of. I've always been protective of the women who I'm involved in relationships with, but I wouldn't say I'm totally blue-pilled either, especially after being on the sub for 7+ years and seeing both sides of the argument for so long. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being protective of any woman you're dating to a certain extent. There's a difference between being protective and there's an overprotective and controlling, right? Being protective of your woman is just being cool, and if something happens to her, she needs your help, or somebody's bothering her and she tries to handle it and it's not working, maybe you chat with her and say, "Hey, babe, would you like me to help you resolve this?" Right? Nothing wrong with being protective in a relationship to a certain extent. Just don't be overprotective and don't be controlling, and you're going to be just fine. That doesn't make you a blue pillar. That doesn't make you a sissy. That actually makes you more of a man. Why would you want to be with a woman that you wouldn't want to protect? And listen, when women are into you and they trust you as a man, they want to feel protected by you. That's what they want. No, it is accurate. I knew it wasn't crazy. Let's see. More like a wake-up call that there are a lot of weirdos out there and that women need to be more careful with the men they let in their lives. You never know. The guy might just be a loser, like a black pillar or red pillar, pretending to be a normal person. So basically, he's talking about the MGTOW pills. The red and black pill men are men that have withdrawn from women. They've practically withdrawn from society. They've gone through a bad divorce and have had half their assets taken. And they're very angry and bitter. They don't admit any wrongdoing. I've dealt with a bunch of these guys on YouTube for the past 4 years, right? And they blame women for everything, but they don't own up to their parts of what probably caused their divorce, right? And the reason why their wife divorced them was probably because of what they were doing or not doing, right? So yeah, these red pill guys, these black pill guys, I tell you, they're just angry and bitter men that are giving up on women and giving up on life practically because they went through a bad divorce. And it was probably at least half their fault why they were divorced and had half their assets taken, right? It goes both ways. Okay, good point. Before I got here, I was foolish enough to believe what I lacked in looks and height I could overcome in personality. Boy, was I wrong. Well, that's true to a certain extent, right? If you're a good guy and you dress nice and you smell nice and you have a great personality, but you weren't blessed to be the tallest guy, there'll still be a woman out there that will find you attractive. Okay? So if you're like 5'5" as a guy, which is pretty short, right? And you think you can't get a woman because you're 5'5", you're wrong. You might not get top tier women, but you'll get some woman as long as you take care of yourself. You still have to be in shape. You still have to smell nice. You still have to wear nice clothing and have to be a good guy that can carry a great conversation. And different women like different types of men. So why should a model tier lady choose you when you are not model tier as well? I agree. So why should a model tier lady choose you when you are not model tier as well? See, that's what these guys want. These guys want the hottest women when they're the lowest of the low. Come on, guys. Come on. You should only expect what you can give. Jesus, you can't tell people to stay in their own lane, then complain about it when they do. Right! Where did I say or imply I was chasing model tier women? I'm very attracted to normal looking women. Are you a normal looking guy? Take care of yourself? Sounds like you got triggered, dude. I was being hyperbolic. I, for one, don't expect a model tier millionaire to want me since I am neither of those things myself. That's a good way to look at it. And it's not, kicking yourself down. It's being realistic and saying, look, I'm not a bad guy. I'm a cool dude. I'm decent looking. I have a decent, job. But I'm not a millionaire and I'm not GQ either, right? So I'm going to, try to connect with women that are at my level, right? What's wrong with pro black pill? Black pill isn't putting anyone down. Oh, it is. You see, these black pill and red pill men, like I just mentioned, that are angry and bitter because they went through a divorce and had half their assets taken, right? These guys, all they do, they're so angry and bitter that, they come to guys like myself and guys here in this forum that are purple pill. Purple pill guys are still open to dating women and marrying women, but they proceed with the caution and awareness of the red and the black pill, right? So we have red pill awareness and black pill awareness, but it's more so known as the red pill. But we proceed cautiously because we still enjoy the company of a woman, and we're not angry and bitter people, and we understand there has to be some flexibility. These red pill and black pill guys have zero flexibility, right? And then they try to come out and project onto us that us dating women and thinking about marrying women is a bad thing just because they were hurt. Does the black pill hurt your feelings? No, black pill subs get banned on Reddit for a reason. Even if black pillars don't annoy longtime users on this sub, it is simple self-preservation why we do not allow black pill discussion. Here's the thing. Even purple pill discussion is based off of the red pill and the black pill. What you don't want in your forum are angry and bitter men that are projecting their insecurities onto you guys because they had a bad experience with a woman they can't get over. You guys still want to date women, right? So do I. And quite frankly, I'm tired of dealing with these angry and bitter, immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable guys. These are guys in their 40s and 50s that are acting like 2-year-old little girls. It's pathetic. Do people actually talk about that? Like, hey, baby, you have to wait, but I slept with a guy 2 minutes after meeting. When you say do people actually talk about that, what do you mean, the reborn virgin thing? Hey, baby, you have to wait, but I slept with a guy 2 minutes after meeting. You'd be surprised what gets revealed after a few blunts or a person gets drunk. That's true. Number one, I don't do any drugs. Number two, I don't really drink that much anymore. And I don't hang around with women that are drunks or drug addicts or alcoholics. Well, it always comes out. A guy has to realize that all women who are interested in marriage/children, and most are eventually, have to sell purity to do so. Right. Even if they've been with a bunch of guys, ladies, you got to keep that to yourself, because like if a woman came up to me and said, I've been with 100 guys, like that would just turn me off. So just don't tell me. So relying on a woman to be totally upfront about her sexual past from the jump is an unreliable strategy. Hire slow, fire fast. Give the past time to rear its ugly head. Head. This is one of the primary reasons against getting with women in the danger zone. The baggage from the past mistakes, relationship, and sex has had more time to add up. Men want to be your first round draft pick, and if he's not your first choice, he should move on. I'm not saying I necessarily want to get married to a virgin or anything. I prefer not to, right? I prefer to be with a woman that has some experience in the bedroom and in relationships. But I also don't want to be with a woman that's been with 100 or 200 men. I think that's disgusting. We are at 40 minutes. Hey, Adelaide's Advice Addict, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I don't know how long you've been here, but let me toggle timestamps. 34. You were here 8 minutes ago. So I'm sorry I didn't notice you right away. Welcome to the show, Adelaide. Not sure if you're still here or not. Let's see here. If you present yourself as non-judgmental, it will come out. Okay? But do you want it to come out? If you're a woman that came up to me and said, oh, I've been with 100 guys, does that change your opinion of me? You know, I probably would. I've never dated a woman that's come out and said she's been with 100 guys, or even 10 guys or 20 guys. I just don't want to know about it. The past is the past. What I don't know won't get my mind racing to just, think just bad things. Some things are better left untold. I'm just saying that if a man is somehow aware of a woman's casual sex history and she is making him wait, he's likely going to be upset about it unless he's having casual sex with some other woman on the side himself. Yeah, I mean, that's what some guys will do. All right, so they'll start hanging out with a woman that's a reborn Christian, right? Or born-again Christian, born-again virgin, however you want to say it, right? Because she's cute, she seems to be nice, right? But then, because he's not getting sex there, he's secretly seeing some other chick on the side to get the sex, right? Until he starts getting sex from the woman he's with. Maybe she'll change her mind and not make it wait until marriage. Maybe he'll just decide to leave her, right? The point I'm trying to make here is this, guys. If you encounter women that claim to be reborn Christians, born-again virgins, reborn virgins, okay? Just move on. And if you're talking with these women online and you read their profile and they say that, they're God-loving women, you want to ask them in detail, what does that entail, right? And what you want to do when you first start talking with a woman online or in person, right? Like, the first time you talk on the phone, there has to be some kind of playful sexual banter, right? Not in a weird way, right? But if a woman is really into you and you sense that, and you're into her, and she senses that, and you're feeling good together, At that point, your job as a man is to try to throw in little sexual hints to see if it starts to turn her on. And women that are open to sex before marriage, which most women are going to play along with you. And they'll say, oh my gosh, Eli, I'm really getting turned on. Your mind is just, I've never met anyone like you. I'm just so turned on. I'm like, what do you mean turned on? Like, I'm really turned on by you. Like, my body is trembling. Okay, then you know she's open to being intimate before marriage. Or another thing I will say is that I enjoy romantic weekend getaway trips. Are you able to get away on some weekends if things work out? I had one woman say one time, well, will we get 2 beds or 1 bed? And I'm like, come again? Will we get 2 beds or 1 bed? Well, why would we not get 1 bed? Why would we get 2 beds? Because I didn't tell you this, but I'm waiting until marriage. Oh, really? If that's a problem, I totally understand. Well, I mean, it's not a problem. It's just not for me. It's your choice. You want to wait until marriage, that's your choice. But why did you not mention this from the very beginning? Maybe I should have. Okay, well, best of luck to you. I think we should cut this off now because it's just not going to go anywhere. And then you just let them go, right? But you want to try to find out as soon as possible so you don't waste too much time with the wrong person. Ma'am, are you still around? Are you still watching now that the stream came back? Let me know. Are you still around? I'm just curious to know. You can send me a text. I'm going to take a break here in just a second and come back for another 30 or 40 minutes before we talk by phone. All right, let me just read one more here, or a couple more. Do people actually talk about that? Like, hey, baby, you have to wait, but I slept with a guy 2 minutes after meeting. This person's responding to what someone else wrote above. He says, you don't think it comes out? I've heard more about people's sex lives from their family and friends than anything else. Wait until that one family member who knows all gets drunk. That's funny. That's true. No, I've lived with 4 men, my husband now for 18 years. Not one of them has asked or known or cared about my dating history, and I didn't tell any of them anything. Honestly, that's the best way to do it. Don't ask, don't tell. Don't talk about it, right? She's been with her husband for 18 years. They're happy, right? He's a secure guy. She's a secure woman, right? They know they both have dated people in the past, right? There's really no need to talk about it, right? I never ever ask a woman how many guys she's been with. Now, I can kind of tell by their behavior and stuff. I have an idea based on, their lifestyle and how they are with me. But I would never ask. And to be honest with you, I don't want to know, because if that number is past a certain number, it's just going to be on my mind, and I'm going to be thinking about those other guys every time I'm with her, and it's not going to work out. It's just going to be weird. So if they're not saying anything at all. Now this guy's responding to the what the person said above. No, I've lived with 4 men, my husband now for 18 years. Not one of them has asked, known, or cared about my dating history, and I didn't tell any of them anything. So he responds to the lady and says, you don't think you have a reputation? Come on, dude. There's no need. Dude, now you're being bitter and you're projecting. Dude, why do you care? Why are you calling her out on? She was really honest in her statement. There's something wrong with this guy for responding that way. He's projecting about an insecurity deep within. he has some issues or has had some issue with another woman, and he's taking it out on her. According to my wife, she didn't share anything about her dating history, yet her friends accidentally over time let slip her entire dating history. She was extremely shocked that I knew about almost all of her dating past. Wow. One more reply. Probably no one ever cared. Remember, I wrote, no one asked or cared. Some knew just from being in my social circle. Some didn't know and never asked. To be fair, I sleep with guys right away. They didn't have to wonder where they stood. Okay. You're honest. Most guys on here are delusional LARPers who talk about only accepting a pure virgin and then end up marrying a borderline PD girl with a body count of 200. No knocking it, but you got to look for actions, not words. Yeah, all these guys are hypocrites, right? They're hypocrites. They're incels, and so that's why they behave this way. And then they take what they can get, and then they just eat their words or run away before anyone can call them out. Yep, she's there. She's watching. All right, folks. I'm going to take a quick break and come back for about another half hour or so and go over these next two postings. Again, when I get back from the break, we're going to be going to subreddit dating, and we're going to be discussing women should ask men out. And after that, we're going to go to the subreddit Ask Men, and we're going to discuss why do so many men dress so boring. Why do so many men dress so boring? Sorry. Well, like I said, I'm a little thrown off tonight because of my Ethernet adapter crashing earlier at the beginning of this stream. So bear with me. I'll go through both these very, very briefly because I've got a phone call to make to the lady that's watching behind the scenes, and I want to get some rest. So, but it won't take too long. I mean, I want to share my thoughts about why do so many men dress so boring. There's a reason for that. And women should ask men out, or should women ask men out? Why not? All right. Let's go back to full screen and cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. My wire is just sticking out today. My headset wire. Cue it up, baby. Cue it up. Cue it up. Cue it up. Where are we? Where are we? What do we want to play? All right, we've got one. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for about an 8 or 9 minute break, and we'll get to the last two Reddit postings when I get back. So stick around! Stick around! Stick around, round. We'll be right we're back. Love this beautiful background tonight. Campground, starry night, nice trees, nice tent right there. Yeah, humma. Yeah, baby, you gotta feel good. You can't let anything bring you down. Energy up. Fill yourselves with tons of positivity. No negativity allowed, all right? Yeah. All right, Eli, lower the music and get back down to business because you have other business to take care of after the show. All right. Yes. Hoo-wee. Got an itch for good luck. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on the Coach Eli Television Network, primarily broadcasting live on YouTube at youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. We're also simulcasting live only on D Live tonight because I had a crash earlier and I was not able to restart Facebook. Facebook's a little finicky. If your live stream goes off the air, if you don't restart it within a few minutes, it just totally cancels your stream. So typically we broadcast or we simulcast also on Facebook and D Live, but tonight it's just D Live and YouTube. But hey, you know what? If you want to get more than just these live stream simulcasts outside of YouTube, you're going to have to come over to YouTube where you will get, which is what I'm trying to say, you will get mobile live streams exclusive to YouTube that I've been doing regularly lately. I did one earlier today, and I've done probably about, 5 or 6 of them in the last week and a half or so. And those are interesting because I go out into the open, I go to the park, I go on hiking trails, and I share some beautiful scenery while I share my message. You will also get other pre-recorded videos on YouTube in the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second, exclusively available to YouTube. And I'm also a monetized channel on YouTube. I have a members-only package, which is optional for as little as $4.99 per month, or as much as $99.99 per month. You can get exclusive members-only content. I have 21 members-only videos so far pre-recorded, and even 2 members-only live stream replays, and lots more to come. Yeah. Also, if you want to donate to the channel or sponsor the channel, you can come over to YouTube and hit that super chat at the bottom or super sticker, that $sign. You can send a highlighted message of any amount, I believe up to $500. And the greater the donation, the longer your highlighted chat message stays lit up at the top of the chat. I also have PayPal, and I also have Cash App. Nightbot is sharing the links to my Cash App and my PayPal in the YouTube chat. When we're on Facebook, I share that in the description section of Facebook. And if you're on D Live, just come on over to YouTube at youtube.com/Life Coach Eli if you would like to get more and find out how you can sponsor the channel. Donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. All right, tonight we've been discussing women that claim to be reborn virgins and other interesting aspects of women. One more time. Women that claim to be reborn virgins and other interesting aspects of women. In this first part of the show, I was talking about the reborn virgin thing, the born again virgin, however you want to say it. Some people say born again, some people say reborn. It's all the same thing, and in my opinion, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo because, I'm even going to ask this woman, when we talk later tonight. Is it possible to be a reborn virgin? She used to be a nurse. She knows that women, when, they are intimate for the first time, they have a hymen. And once the hymen is gone, you lose your virginity. That's just the way it goes. That's biology, right? Some guys like to say, pop the cherry, right? I said it. I didn't want to say it, but, I'm a good guy, right? But I have my moments. I'm still a dude, right? But that's what it's called. It's called popping the cherry, right? Once you pop it, you can't get it back. It's biologically not possible. Anyway, I think I've made my point. So yeah, if you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay. I shared my thoughts regarding that. I also went over a Reddit posting discussing this, and it was just interesting. The people responding in the comments, they were all over the place. These people in this Purple Pill debate forum I follow, a lot of times they really stray off the actual, topic of the original poster. But anyway. Anyway, I also had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. My stream crashed about a minute and 30 seconds into it. My network adapter froze up and disconnected, and I had to restart my system. But YouTube will piece that together. So if you go back and watch the replay, you'll see the first part of the show where I did the intro. You'll see a splice, and then you'll see me coming right back on the air seamlessly. You'll notice a splice, and it'll all be put together. So just in case you're wondering, if you're watching on the replay and you were wondering what happened during the first part of the show, I explained it at the beginning, and I'm explaining it again now. Because that way you avoid people sending you emails and private messages and all that stuff saying, hey, Eli, what happened to your show? Well, I'm very clear about everything I say on my show. Some people say I explain things too much, right? But I'd rather take a few extra minutes to explain something, live on the air that will prevent me getting 100 emails with private messages after the show. Anyway, all right, let's get to these last two Reddit postings here. We're going to wrap this up in about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's go back to the browser source. And this is from the subreddit dating, and the question or the topic, the original poster stated, women should ask men out, given advice. This must be a woman. Or it could be a man. Let's see. A lot of times I see women, it's a guy. Okay, a lot of times I see women say they are into a guy, but a lot of times they will miss out on him because they won't ask him out. And I have seen the same three things said. The man should ask the woman out. They're scared of getting rejected, or if he's interested, he will ask. Yeah, every guy and gal has been like that to a certain extent, and even as we get older, we're kind of like that. But you get to a certain point, right? Like if you've had enough experience dating, like if after you've dated a couple of people or so, right? You pretty much, start to build your confidence to be able to ask other people out, whether you're a man or a woman. And, you end up not really worrying about rejection because you've already had success in dating, right? I think it's the people that haven't had a lot of success in dating and the younger people that they fear this rejection, right? But here's the thing. Look, if you like somebody and, you're at a bar or at a club. I don't really like bars or clubs. That's where people meet sometimes. Or if you're at church or some kind of social event, or you're online or whatever. You want to get to the point and just ask the woman out or ask for her phone number. What's the worst she can say is no, right? If you're a woman and you really like a guy, but you fear that if you ask the guy out, you're going to come off as needy or a weak woman. Oh, no, there's no difference, in my opinion, for a woman to ask a man out than a man to ask her out. It's the same thing, right? Maybe she's fearing she's going to get rejected, right? But how are you going to know if you don't ask, right? And here's the thing. It is so rare for women to ask a guy out that, let's say I was a single man and a woman asked me out and I thought she was cute and I liked her, right? If she asked me out, that would blow my mind away. I'm like, wow, I thought you'd never ask. Well, why is that? She may ask, right? I'll say, well, typically women don't ask guys out, but I'm glad you did, right? You can have fun with it, right? Advice here, a lot of men are as dense as forged steel, so you guys can give us hints all day long, and we will never know. Some men, such as myself, can be shy, nervous, and or just have complete social anxiety that renders us from trying to function in social settings. Well, here's the thing. Whether you have social anxiety or not, when you're younger and inexperienced, you're going to be naturally shy and nervous, right? The way to get over it is to just try. Just go for it. And start getting used to getting rejected, right? Ask women out. If you like a woman, ask her out. Don't worry if she's single or not. If she's not single, she'll tell you, right? Okay? If she doesn't want to go out with you, she'll tell you, right? But ask her out, because most of the time you're going to get rejected. And what's going to happen after a while is you're going to have confidence to the point of where it doesn't matter if you get rejected or not. You're going to expect to get rejected most of the time. But if you keep asking women out, let's say you ask 20 women out in a week, one of them is bound to say yes. But if you didn't ask all 20 of those women out, you would have never come across the one that gave you the time of day. It's a numbers game, and you've got to take risks and chances if you want to get ahead, right? But after you do it for a while, you're going to get used to asking women out without the fear of rejection. Same for you women, right? So yeah, women can ask men out. They typically don't, but they can. There's nothing wrong with it. And fear of rejection, a lot of us men face that every time we see women. Some men don't have the confidence other men have due to being constantly rejected. So sometimes making the first move goes a long way. I'm going to tell you guys out there that don't have the confidence, right? I have the confidence. I have lots of confidence. I'm fearless. And I get rejected all the time. At least I used to until I met this woman. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had luck with women. And, I have dated good women. And I've had women, there have been women interested in me. But I will tell you this. Out of every, let's say, one woman that's interested in me, 100 of them are not, right? Literally, guys, you have to literally nowadays ask out or talk to 100 women to find one that's going to be interested. And she may end up being the one. Okay? And I'm saying this, from the perspective of a guy who's confident and is fearless and is not afraid of rejection. I get rejected all the time. All guys, whether they're confident or not, get rejected. So get over your fear and just start asking women out. Just start taking risks regarding whatever you want to accomplish. You may fail a bunch of times, but if you keep pushing forward, you're going to win at some point. Trust me on that. Issue. I do see society wants new standards, but still want to live by old customs. It can't work like that anymore. Sometimes you got to take ambition into your own hands and make the first move, ladies. No, dude, if you're a guy coming out here and trying to beg women to ask you out or ask guys out, that's pathetic, dude. That's not masculine energy, dude. It's like you're coming out here and basically saying, ladies, I'm too much of a sissy to ask you out, so can you ask me out instead and make it easier for me? How manly is that, dude? How manly is that, dude? Seriously, dude. And that's why a lot of you guys don't put your real name on Reddit. I use my real name, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. I don't care who the hell knows who I am, because I have nothing to hide. Right? But you guys come out here hiding behind the computer with a fake name, because if these women really knew who you were and seeing, how you're behaving right now, how insecure you're behaving, bro, they would never give you the time of day. They'd say, this dude is too chicken to ask us out. Well, then we'll go and hang around guys that will ask us out, that are more strong and confident, right? And secure, right? Come on, man. Let's see what the comments had to say. You're not wrong, but you got to get over your fear of rejection. Right! I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. No, he's not wrong in what he's saying. But he's got to get over his fear of rejection, because that's not masculine energy. That's going to repel women, right? Women respect men that can deal with rejection, right? And sometimes women will reject you on purpose to see how you react. And if you react cool and say, all right, hey, no worries, just, wanted to say hi and, change your mind, this is where I work, or this is where I'm at, right? Or maybe you have a business card. Here's my number if you change your mind, and just walk away, right? It happens to everyone. Right, I just said that. It's not personal. Let it go and move on to the next one. It's a great point. One more reply. So that to the woman, I heard we're equal. I was told I could be submissive, passive, and should be vulnerable and more open. So then in return, they can be aggressive, proactive, invulnerable, and just deny, close off their feelings. You see, that's how a lot of men are. And that's why I started my subreddit called Genuine Emotional Support for Men and Women, Coach Eli Life Coach, at R Real Emotional Support. Okay? Reddit.com/R/Real Emotional Support. Or just go to Reddit and, go to R/Real Emotional Support. Just search for that. You'll find it. I'm going to see if anyone else joined since we've been on here. Let's see. No, we still have only 3 members. Well, we'll get some more. I'll work on it tomorrow. Some more. I love how essentially you're just telling him to man up. That's exactly what it is. Big round of applause for that. Yeah, dude, you got to man up. You're acting, dude, like you're acting, I don't want to say worse than women, because women aren't bad. Women act like women. You're acting beyond a woman, right? Like, what I'm trying to say is that these women are even stronger than you. Come on, man up. It doesn't happen to everyone. Women don't ask out to be in position to be rejected to their face. Well, here's the thing. There are women out there that are super, super hot, and they very rarely get rejected. The only time these women get rejected, and I'm not trying to say I'm all that, is when they come across guys like myself, right? I've had some really super hot women approach me during my time. And they didn't want a relationship. They wanted something casual. They wanted something like a situationship, like they call it nowadays, right? I have to do a stream on that, right? And I told them, look, I'm not interested in just, a sexual casual relationship, I'm looking for something more committed. And if that's not what you're open to, I'm not interested, right? And these hot women are not used to being rejected, right? So they come back at me and they say, do you not like women? I'll say this as professionally as possible, are you batting from the other side of the plate? And I say, no, I'm a straight man. I'm just not interested in having a fling with you. Do you not think I'm hot? I'm like, yeah, you're super hot. You're a very attractive woman. I mean, I'm not blind or deaf. I hear what you're saying and I see how beautiful you are. It doesn't mean I'm interested in what you're seeking, ma'am, right? And when you're that confident with women, they want you more because you're more of a challenge and you're not sucking up to them and you're not fazed by their beauty. You can acknowledge their beauty and be honest, but not be fazed by it. right? The vast majority of women won't for a variety of reasons that aren't worth going into because every other post covers them. They don't have to. Women get hit on all day, every day by the thirsty beta males and then some, right? Women don't have to ask any guys out. All they have to do is go on a dating site or dating app, put a few pictures, cute pictures, all dolled up, show a little cleavage, little booty, and it's all good, right? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. You have a choice. Accept reality for what it is and maneuver with that in mind, or reject reality and spend your life trying to change it. This dude is probably just young and doesn't have enough experience. He'll figure it out. Most guys figure it out. Sometimes it takes until your mid to late 20s or early 30s to figure it out, but he'll get there. He's just starting out. We don't know how old he is. We don't know much about him, right? He's probably in his late teens, early 20s. None of us knew what we were doing back at that age. Some battles are worth fighting, others aren't. It really is up to you to decide what it is worth to you. Let me read a couple more here, and then I'm going to go to the last subreddit here. All right. No problems with the streaming. Information Man Show. I just noticed you, brother. How you doing? At Coach Eli, Elias Melas, peace and respect. Peace and respect to you, brother. How are things going out there in Sacramento, California? I was just out in your neck of the woods with this new lady I've been hanging out with lately. He says, yes, man up is right. You're right, brother. You're right. Great to see you here, bro. Hey, Information Man Show, are you on Facebook by any chance? If we can connect on Facebook or something, I'll add you to our group, and then I can moderate you after that. You've been coming around for a while, bro. I just want to I want to make sure that it's really you. I'm sure it is. And then we can mod you up, bro, and you can communicate with us behind the scenes. You're a really good guy. Thanks again for being here with us on this amazing Saturday night. Information Man Show says, I'm well. That's great to hear, brother. Great to hear. All right. Awesome. Awesome. The problem is that many guys are so starved of attention that they will say yes, even if they are not interested in the girl at all, and wouldn't have bothered to ask her out themselves because he fears rejection. That's the bottom line. And fearing rejection is not masculine energy. It's feminine energy. And a lot of guys are starved of attention. And look, just because us guys say women love attention doesn't mean we don't like attention too. The truth of the matter is both men and women love attention. It's just that men hide it better, right? It's not a masculine thing to seek attention as a man. But for a woman, it's totally feminine energy, right? But we both like attention, right? And if you learn how to get over your fear of rejection and start asking women out and just talking with people with no fear of rejection, you'll make a lot more friends, get a lot more dates, and then you'll have a lot more attention the right way, bro. The manly way. If you are the type of woman who wants to ask a guy out, make sure he is matching your efforts. Yeah, you want to make sure he's man enough, right? Typically, if a woman asks a man out, it's because she's attracted to a man that she knows is also attracted to him. Attracted to her, I mean. And he fears asking her out, which is not masculine energy. If you're going to ask a guy out, you got to test him and make sure how strong he is. Is he a man or is he a sissy, right? Because if you give a sissy man a chance, right? Okay, at some point, no matter how good looking he is, you're going to get tired of him and you're going to leave him because you're going to realize he's not man enough for you. All right. This has always stopped me from asking guys out. Men will say yes, usually for sex, discard. Women will usually just say no, not interested. And before I get jumped with, well, women will just say yes to get a free dinner. There is a huge difference between being used for a meal, which is also shit behavior, and being lied to and opening the most vulnerable side of yourself and your body to another person, only to find out they just wanted a piece of ass and never even liked you. Here's the thing. There are ways to get around having to buy women a free lunch or dinner or even a coffee, right? I never, ever, ever meet women for the first time anywhere that I have to spend money on them. I'm going to spend enough money on gas and wear and tear on my car and my time. So I want to make sure that I'm going to get a second date with them. And then I don't mind spending money after that, right? Because if you get a second date with a woman, that means she's physically attracted to you and she likes you and she's into you, right? Now, it's usually when you go on a first date with a woman, okay, and you have plans to go to lunch or dinner or something, okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's using you for a free meal. But she's not going to know whether she's into you or not until you meet at that restaurant, right? So if you choose to take a woman to dinner on a first date, which I don't suggest, okay, you got to look at it this way. There's a chance she's going to like you. There's a chance she's not going to like you, right? And if she doesn't like you, if she's not attracted to you, she's going to be nice throughout the meal, and she's going to thank you, and she may even offer to pay for half. Typically, if they offer to pay for half, it's because they're not interested in it going further, right? Now, I did go on a date with a woman many years ago in between relationships that, I took her to dinner on the first date because we had such a great conversation, and we had a feeling it was going to work, right? And when we got to the end of the meal, she offered to pay for half. And I said, well, are you just not feeling it? If you're not feeling it, that's okay. I'll still pay for the meal. She's like, no, I really like you. I don't feel you should have to pay for the whole meal on the first date, and I like doing my part. I really do like you. I think you're attractive and you're a good guy. I said, I got this. Now, I ended up screwing it up after that because it was in the past. It was, a few months after I'd gotten out of a relationship, and I can't remember. I think I came off a little pushy or something, right? And she was the kind of woman that had gotten out of a relationship too, and didn't want to show really any affection on the first date. And sometimes that happens. So I kind of, I let her go. Nothing was happening. And I texted her later on, and basically she got scared off because I basically questioned her on the fact on why, she was holding back if she felt something, right? And she said, I was ready to just put my guard down and be with you. Had you just waited one more time, you would have had everything with me. Even I make mistakes, folks. It happens. I would never choose a free meal over wasting my time with someone I'm not into. Free meals aren't even free considering all the money, time, and effort women put into getting ready for a date. I agree. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. Whoops. Big round of applause. I just said the same thing in different words. See, what guys don't understand is that both men and women have to take time to doll themselves up, gas up the car, wash the car, probably vacuum the car, right? Drive to the location, which costs gas, and gas is $4 to $5 a gallon nowadays. At least here in the Bay Area. It is San Francisco Bay Area. So yeah, I would never choose a free meal over wasting my time with someone I'm not into. Free meals aren't even free considering all the money, time, and effort women put into getting ready for a date, and the inherent risk in meeting a guy you don't know adds to making it not worth it. Yeah, I understand that. The same thing on the flip side for men. I respect it. I think this is a woman. I respect her. I really doubt this is as big a problem as guys make it out to be. Probably the girl was semi-interested and then didn't like the dude rather than just using them for food, LOL. Well, if you're a dude that takes a woman out to lunch or dinner or some paid event on a first meeting before you find out that there's chemistry, you're putting that risk on yourself, right? I typically will go on a hike or a walk, or sometimes, I'll meet a woman, in the early evening at like a Safeway parking lot that's well lit, just to see if things click or not, right? That doesn't cost really any money besides, you got to get ready, like I said, and the gas and all that. But at least you're not spending $100 on a dinner and then feeling like, oh, she used me for a free meal. No, dude. She came to meet you to see if there was chemistry, and you did too, right? And because it just didn't work out, now you feel slighted, right? Come on. I've never used a guy for food, LOL. I've accepted a date. I've even offered to pay half and been told no. Hey, same thing. Same thing I just mentioned with this story with this woman that I went on a date with in the past. Big round of applause. Yeah. These are women coming in here, and I really, really respect what they're saying. These guys really need to listen to these women because these women are being honest, and I'm validating the fact that they're saying the truth, right? Then when I decide this fella sometimes really good catches too, I just realized that I'm just never going to be crazy about them. Isn't my fella? He falls over into an unbaked pretzel or grief about being used for dinners. LOL, get over yourselves. The taco bar was sweet, but it wasn't the holy fucking grail. Do you guys realize how dangerous it is for us to hang out with y'all? Statistically, do you think I'm risking that when I know damn well how to make myself a delicious meal? Do you know how much I get paid hourly and how long it takes me to get ready to go out on a date? I could have picked up OT and made more than enough to buy that meal fucking twice by the time I'm done getting pretty for your ungrateful ass. I like this woman. Look. You know why I like this woman? Because as a man, I go through all the same effort to get ready for a woman that's ungrateful about it. Men are proof that sexual orientation isn't a choice. I hate you sexy MFers. Ma'am, I'm going to give you a big round of applause! Wow, that was great. All right, one more. This is just too good. Straight facts. They just need to protect their fragile egos with, what? The female just used me for food? How dare they? I am such a catch. It was their choice to take you out to a dinner or lunch or coffee on a first date. They asked you out, right? They thought that if they take you to dinner, that they were going to get into the promised land, right? Oh, my God. Like they are dating homeless people. Women, have jobs and lives. They aren't just out here begging for a slice of pizza. LMFAOOOO. Oh, nice. It is honestly pathetic. I agree. I actually like these women here in this subreddit dating. And then they have to, I think you meant to say the audacity, not too audacity, the audacity to say, using a guy for a free meal. The guy chose to take you out for a meal on a first date. That's his problem. Which isn't the thing, is as bad as pretending to like a girl, make them emotionally attached, and then fuck them and ghost. They just want to hate women. Well, they think if they take you out to a dinner on the first date, that they're going to get laid. And that's not the thing, right? Like, I'm not trying to say too much, but I think I mentioned this. And this woman that I've been hanging out with now for a little while, she's watching behind the scenes on her TV. She said I look good on her TV. That's great, man. I love watching YouTube stuff on my internet-enabled TV, my smart TV. And I broadcast in 1080p at 60 frames per second with great quality sound. So, man, how's the quality, the audio, and the video? It's phenomenal, right? It's phenomenal, right? This is just really, really pathetic. Yeah, these guys, Oh yeah, I was going to mention about this woman, right? The first date we met, right? The first date we met, we just met at a Safeway parking lot, and we were hanging out, and things were cool. Yeah, And you know what? She wanted me, let's just say romantically, intimately, that night. And I told her, I said, look, don't get me wrong. I want you as much as you want me, but let's make it a little more special, right? Let's just, make a night out of it over the next few nights or so, right? I mean, I didn't want to, go park behind the Safeway loading dock or something and then just start, going at it there. I'm not saying that I would never do that in the future or anything, or haven't done that in the past, but like, I didn't want to do that on the first date because I really liked her, right? You know, and I'm not a thirsty guy. I'm patient, right? Don't get me wrong. I have needs too, and I wanted it too. But you know what? You know what? Even just waiting one time, knowing that it's going to happen, makes the anticipation. The anticipation makes it more worth it. It makes it better the next time, right? And it shows her that I respect her more than just that, right? All right, let's go to the final subreddit here from the subreddit Ask Men. Very briefly here, why do so many men dress so boring? Genuine question. Okay. Why do so many men dress so boring? Not even bad, just boring. No effort. It seems there are very few men who put significant effort into their personal style the way that women do it. Why is that? What are your personal observations and theories? Before I get to a few comments here, and we're going to go off the air in about 5 or 10 minutes, folks. So get your questions, comments, concerns in right now before we go off the air. So my thoughts are this, okay? Number one, I choose to take care of myself. This woman I've been hanging out with now is like, she told me the other day, you have really soft skin. You have like the softest, nicest skin I've ever seen on a man your age, right? How do you do it? Well, I mentioned that before. I'll say it again. I have special shampoo made by Irish Spring with aloe vera, cocoa butter, whatever it is. It's some crap that women use, right? But it's a version that's made for men, made by the popular company Irish Spring, right? It's a different version of the Irish Spring bar, right? And I bathe regularly. Plus, I also take Epsom salt baths regularly. I buy high quality Epsom salt from a company called SF Bath Salt Company, also known as EP Soap. And for about $40, you get 19 pounds of high quality Epsom salt. I use the muscle soap, which relaxes your muscles, and it has peppermint and eucalyptus in there. And what Epsom salt also has in it is magnesium, and magnesium, it's good for you. When you soak also for a while, every few days at least or so, it keeps your skin healthy and nourished, right? That's what a lot of people don't understand, is that when you keep your skin hydrated and keep it nourished, you could be 47 years old like me and have the skin of an 18-year-old, right? So I choose to take care of myself, okay? Now, I wasn't blessed with the best hair, so I shaved my head, right? And I grow a beard. Now I'm 47, almost 48. Do I have a little bit of gray? Sure, I do. But what do? I use Just for Men. Why? For two reasons. Number one, it covers most of the gray and makes me look a lot younger than my age. And number two, it softens my beard to the point of where it's not abrasive on the woman's face when I'm kissing her, right? I do that for myself, but I also take into consideration how it's affected my past girlfriends when I didn't do those things, and it made things uncomfortable. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if I can make the woman's life as easy as possible that I'm dating, she'll make my life as easy as possible. Think about it this way, guys, okay? If in the past, when I was dating a woman, when I was dating somebody, right, before I started using Just for Men, I would get complaints that my beard was abrasive, right? After I started using Just for Men, I haven't had one woman complain. about the way my beard looks, about my beard being abrasive, and it just flows, right? So if you take care of yourself, right, in the ways that you know a woman would appreciate, she'll appreciate you as well, right? She'll take care of herself that in a way where you can appreciate her as well. It's a two-way street, right? And a lot of guys nowadays, especially out here in the Bay Area, we have a lot of tech guys, right? And I've seen a lot of these tech guys. Some of them dress really nice, but a lot of them, they dress really crappy. And I'll tell you what, the ones that dress really nice are the beta males. The beta males, they typically dress really nice for the most part, right? Some of them don't, but most do. They do that because they think they're going to be able to get women based on their looks alone. Yeah, the looks will get you in the door, but, your non-beta action is going to get you right back out the door, right? Now, the guys that in the high-tech industry, they're more kind of alpha type of guys that make a lot of money. And some of those guys just don't feel the need to go out of their way to take care of themselves because they have money and they think that they can get women based on their money. And some of them can, right? And even the ones that do get women because, they make a lot of money and they don't dress, as well or dress boring like this person says here, their woman deep within is really not happy with it and wishes they could change that, right? So, some guys just don't feel the need to do it because they feel that they can make up for it in other ways. Typically, it has to do with money. She says she loves my beard. Thanks, ma'am. I'll be going off the air with you, and we'll be talking around 10 o'clock for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then we're going to get some rest. We're not going to talk for like an hour and a half like we've been doing lately because we got to get some rest. And anyway. All right, so let me go down and read some of the comments here real quick before we go off the air. We are at 1 hour and 44, or now 1 hour and 45 minutes, but we're probably at 1 hour and 47 because the 2 minutes before I got cut off initially. 1.3K comments. Wow. Okay. Because for a lot of men, they put their personal expression into something else. Maybe it is their computer, maybe their car, their personal space, etc. Men's fashion hasn't really found what appeals to most men, and at the same time can be varied enough to give us a reason to do so. It's because these guys are not being raised the same. They're not being raised with good morals, values, and ethics. Part of having good morals, values, and ethics is dressing sharp, right? See, back in the days, if you didn't dress sharp or dress nice, you couldn't get a job. Nowadays, you can look like shit, and if you're the top programmer in the world, Google will hire you. That's the reason why. See, people nowadays are getting jobs because they have capabilities that no one else has, right? So these guys don't have to walk in with a suit and tie or, a nice dressy shirt like I'm wearing now. This is a $60 Calvin Klein liquid cotton polo t-shirt. That's not t-shirt, polo shirt, right? This is an $80 hat, right? I'm not trying to show off. And I don't always spend this much money on clothes. I do every now and then because they last and they look good. And I want to present myself professionally, right? But these guys don't have to because these companies are hiring these people because they're the best at what they do and they need them, right? So they make an exception for their lack of their wardrobe. But what does that do to these guys? Well, if they think they can get a job looking like crap, they're going to feel the same way about women, and that's why they don't do it. That's why they don't dress like that, right? Or they don't dress better. They should. I'm trying to help guys understand that, hey, the better you take care of yourself even physically, on top of, having a good job and being financially stable, the better chance you're going to find a good woman. All right. Piggybacking on this, I'm what you'd call basic as fuck. Jeans, shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops 90% of the year. But I do have a few nice tailored suits, $1,000 range. That's good. And a few pairs of nice dress shoes, $500 range. And I thoroughly enjoy cleaning up for special occasions. I get great high-quality clothing either on Amazon or on or Costco, Costco.com. Costco has name brand stuff. And guess what? They buy it in such bulk. And they don't always sell it, right? What happens? They have like 700-800 warehouses all over the world, right? When they have to get rid of merchandise to clear space for the new season, right, of stuff, right? They will clearance stuff and they'll try to sell it in the store first. If it doesn't sell in the store, then they'll put it online, right? And I'll go online and find those deals. And I'll buy a ton of quantity. For example, Costco had like a 4-pack of high quality like hiking socks. They're very, very thick hiking socks. You can also wear them with tennis shoes too. I like the very thickly padded ones, but they cost more money. Typically, they're $15 for the 4-pack, right? Even at the Costco price. They had them on clearance for $6.99, and I bought 8 packs, right? And those 8 packs, that's 32 pairs of socks. How long is that going to last me? Probably 10 plus years. So why did I buy so many? I'll probably never find that price again. And socks never go bad, right? You got to think of things that way, guys. Guys, you can get really decent clothing on clearance, and no one will ever know what you paid for it. But guys still don't do it. I recently went to a wedding, and I haven't gotten dressed up since before COVID, probably almost 2 years. It felt good getting everything out, picking which suit, shirt, tie, and shoes to wear, ironing, cufflinks, tie clip, polished and shined my shoes, cleaned up my beard, cologne, etc., pulled out all the stops. Yeah, like I don't always wear shirts like these when I go out. I'll typically wear sweats or jeans, right? And a nice t-shirt. Like I don't wear any crappy t-shirts, right? Okay? But like when I was with my ex Dana, when we would go out to dinner with her parents, then I would make a point to dress nice. And it was interesting because, her mom would dress nice and her dad was more of a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. But I remember one time her dad even dressed up and Dana and her mother were making fun of, Dana's dad and her mother was making fun of her husband that, oh yeah, your dad is really spiffy tonight, right? And he was like, I'm usually wearing this stuff, I'm very casual, He was a good guy, right? But, he worked in an industry where, he didn't have to overly dress, right? So he's not used to that, right? But still, even though I knew that about him, I also knew Dana's mom was a very nice lady, but she would always dress nice. And I wanted to dress nice because I wanted to show my respect to them, right? So yeah, I like getting dressed up every now and then. Let's see. I recently went to a wedding and I haven't gotten dressed up since before COVID. I read that probably almost 2 years. It felt good getting everything out, picking which suit, shirt, tie, and shoe to wear, ironing, cufflinks, tie clip, polished and shined my shoes, cleaned up my beard, cologne, etc., pulled out all the stops. Yeah, excellent, excellent. I know some guys who do that every day, and it's beyond me. I could never. It must suck being a chick and having to do that shit every day because that's your source of confidence, culture, and society are fucked. And then this person says, agreed. Once in a while it's fine, but every day, nuh-uh. Well, here's the thing. in order for me to look tip-top, it takes me an hour to get ready. If I'm going to go meet a woman for the first time, or even whenever I go on a date with the same woman, right? It takes me about an hour, sometimes 2 hours to get ready, especially if I have to do my beard. It takes me like almost an hour to do my beard. I have to trim it, I have to get the Just for Men in there. I got to go in the shower and rinse it off, right? It's a process, right? And I have that process down packed. But let me tell you something. Taking that extra time, going through that process to better yourself, not only boosts your confidence, it radiates off to the woman that you're seeing. Not only because it looks good, she likes the fact that it looks good, it feels good, but more importantly, the fact that you took the time and effort to take care of yourself at that level, not just for her, but for yourself. That's attractive. And that's where I'm going to wrap up this show here tonight at 1 hour and 53 minutes. I think it's 1 hour and 55 minutes because there were almost 2 minutes of content before I got cut off at the beginning of the show. Again, I explained what happened at the beginning of the show. You folks that go back and watch the replay will see what I'm talking about. Let me go back to full screen here. Are we smooth? Yes, we're smooth. Okay, we're still smooth. No issues, no issues. All right, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank you to the lady behind the scenes. I'll be calling you in about 10 to 15 minutes, ma'am, for a brief 30-minute call or so, because I know this ran a little bit later than I thought it would. I want to thank Information Man Show for being here. Thank you, brother. I also want to thank Adelaide's Advice Addict for being here, and Alex the Beer Master for being here earlier tonight, and anyone else watching behind the scenes. I'll be back tomorrow for 2 streams. First one is going to be sometime in the morning, late morning, early afternoon. It'll be a walking stream. And then I'll be doing an in-studio stream at some point tomorrow. It may even be a late night with Coach Eli stream. Stay tuned. There's a whole lot more great content coming to this channel. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.